Hey you guys, it's Bradley Betancourt and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be getting ready for work by doing my makeup, and I'm going to be holding my 1-month-old son because if not he will probably cry, and you know, it's okay. I'm going to do a makeup look and I'm just going to talk kind of like a get ready with me. This is going to be like a quick get ready with me because I have to be at work and I have to go by the grocery store to get some more formula. So I'm gonna start off with a complexion primer. It's my favorite primer. It's like not too like, it's not like sticky or anything like that. It just goes on smoothly, which I like about it. Alright, next I'm gonna go in with my Too Faced Born This Way foundation, and the color is Natural Beige. Also, I am not no professional makeup person. I literally just throw it on, especially when I'm in a hurry, and when you have kids you don't really like, I forgot to put some on my nose, you don't really care because you just have to get out of the house. I look crazy right now, but so I guess I'll just start talking. I work at Buffalo Wild Wings. I'm a server. I've been there for probably 7 months now, I think. I really like it there. It's, all the people there are super sweet and like everybody really gets along, which is really nice. There's other like moms there, and so you can relate to people. It's just like an overall good place to work. I'm trying to make sure I get all of it blended in because I don't want to look crazy tonight, which is gonna rain, so I don't even know why I'm doing my makeup, honestly. I should have probably just put on some like concealer. I think it matches my skin tone pretty well. It doesn't really look too like cakey. I also wanted to answer like a few questions that I got off my Instagram about being a teen mom. I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. concealer. It is in the shade Light Beige. One of the questions was, how did your parents react? So backstory, I met my husband in January of 2020. We started dating like a week after we met. It was like, I guess you could say love at first sight. But 3 months later, I got pregnant, and I was 17 years old. Yeah, I was 17 years old when I got pregnant. It was hard at first, you know, like when you're going to tell your parents that you're pregnant in high school, you know, it's not fun. But, you know, my parents, they were pretty understanding, I guess you could say. You know, they were upset and disappointed in me, but, you know, my family honestly is amazing. They really care for me, so you know, they were telling me that they were gonna help me because, you know, I was so young. I'm gonna do my finishing powder with finishing powder, and it is in the shade Medium Deep, and I'm just gonna use a brush for that. They were super nice after the fact, because I mean, I was crying, you know, I didn't know what to do, because I mean, everybody has scares, you know, everybody has scares, but you never expect it to be you. And you know, I was still living with my parents, and I was really nervous, and I was nervous to tell the rest of my family because the majority of my family are all Christian, and I just was super nervous. So I told them, you know, and even my dad, he was like, you know, I'm disappointed in you, like you should have been careful, you know, but there's nothing we can do now. And you know, I chose to keep the baby, so I knew that from the moment I got pregnant that I wanted to keep the baby, but it was very hard. And I just remember that I called my nanny, and I remember that her and my Mimi, they both told me that, you know, like, it'll be okay. Everything happens for a reason. Like, you'll be a great mom. Because when you get pregnant that young, you're like, am I going to be a good mom? Like, am I going to mature enough to be able to handle is being thrown at me? And you know, I was super scared, but all my family was super supportive, and Zach's family was supportive. You know, it took everybody a while, honestly. It took everybody a while to be okay with it, but everybody was understanding and wasn't like mean to us, you know, because they're family and, you know, they take care of you. Okay, next thing I'm gonna do is my bronzer, blush, and my highlight, and I'm using this Cheek Leaders Pink Squad from Benefit. It has all in one. it has like all different shades, if you can see that. Hang on, my cinnamon rolls are done. Sorry, it's storming outside, so don't mind that. A big question was, how did you find out that you were pregnant? Because everybody, you know, if you have a scare or something, or you're like about to start your lady month or whatever, you know, you can get some symptoms, could be similar, you know, you never know. I had a feeling that it was because I was constantly sick. I remember I threw up at Zach's house, I threw up at my house a few times, and I just felt super nauseous and smells bothered me. And so I went to the doctor and I got like tested or whatever, and it came back negative. And so I got blood tested because I was like, something's just not right, like we need to test it. Well, my blood test came back negative. At that point I was like, you know what, like there's no way possible I'm not pregnant because a blood test came back negative. Like a few weeks later, like 2 weeks, I was in the parking lot and at Kroger, and there's like food places around there, and I remember that I got this like whiff of a food place, and I just started throwing up in the parking lot, and I was like, you know what, like something's not right. So I went to the store and I got a test, and it literally popped up positive like fast. It was like automatically there. At that point I knew I was, and that was with Jackson. With Raiden, we were hanging out with our friends and we had ordered pizza, and I remember I literally got a whiff of it and they were all like, this is the best pizza ever. I took a bite and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna throw up, because I found out I was pregnant with this one on my birthday, because that's when I took the test. Because for my birthday dinner we went to eat Mexican food, and I literally started crying because my husband did not wish me a happy birthday at the table. And then later that night, that's when we got pizza as a snack, and that's whenever my friends were like, girl, go take a test because something's not right and we all think you're pregnant. And I took a test and it was positive, like 2 weeks pregnant, and I was positive like fast. So every pregnancy is different and you never really know. Sorry, my other son's over here touching everything. But you'll have like a gut feeling. You'll just know, honestly. I mean, sometimes you think you know and maybe you're not, but I mean, it's like a whole different feeling than just thinking you are, because you just automatically kind of know. Another question was, how did your husband react when you told him, and how did you tell him? With me being that young, I was like freaking out the first time I found out. With Jackson, I mean, I'm older and married when I had him, when I got pregnant with him. With Jackson, he was at work, he was working nights, and I remember that I took the test and I was just crying, and I remember I called him and I was like, hey, like I have something to tell you. And he was like, what? And I was like, we'll just wait till we see each other. And he was like, no, tell me now, like you're crying, what's wrong? So I told him, and he left work and came to my house, and we just drove around and talked like for hours that night, because I just like could not sleep. I was so nervous. We were trying to figure out a way to tell all our family. We ended up calling our family that night, all of our family, and all the parents to us. And I mean, it was like 12 o'clock at night. So, you know, everybody's a little mad, but you know, we wanted to tell them before anybody like told them. Now I'm gonna use the 353 Fierce by Nature Morphe palette to do my eyeshadow. This is what it looks like. That was really special to me because, you know, he came really fast to come and be by my side during the whole thing, and he always was. He was very helpful throughout the pregnancy. Okay, while I'm doing my eyeshadow, I'm going to talk about the question that was, how did people at school react? Since obviously I was 17, so I was still in school. Whenever I found out I was pregnant, well, I was already online school because I had like health problems at school that year, and so I had like honestly like a month or two beforehand went online. And so what happened was I had to, well, I didn't have to, but I wanted to finish school before he got here. So I worked my butt off to finish school ahead of time. I did it online, so it wasn't that hard. Like I could just do it at my own pace. So I literally stayed up like night to night, even when I was sick, and constantly did it so that way I wouldn't have to worry about it and I could go ahead and be okay once he was here. I still walked with my class, but you know, I wanted to get done so I could worry about the baby when he was here, because I didn't know how it was going to be, because I was so young. You know, I've never been a parent. You know, you never think that it's going to happen. Then I I guess the question that was asked though was, how did your peers react? You know, my friends, they were thrilled. They were like, what are you gonna do? But we're so excited for you. Like, we'll be here to help you. Other people, not so nice. I remember like my friends were at school and like they kept telling me like, everybody's talking about you at school. Everybody's wondering if it's true. Like, what do you want us to do? And I was like, you know what, like, you can say it's true, like, it's whatever. I mean, it's gonna happen. Everybody's gonna find out at some point. Sorry, I'm trying to use this as like a camera. I was like, everybody's gonna find out at some point, you know, like, there's not much I can do to not tell anybody. And I mean, you know, if you get pregnant at this young age, I mean, you know, you just have to kind of go with it. You made that decision, so I mean, you're gonna have to keep it up, you know. Like, everybody was talking about me, which isn't fun, you know. You don't want anybody to talk about you because it's just not, it's not cool, you know. Even if you're not pregnant and people are talking about you, you know, you get your feelings hurt. Everybody always had like scares, but nobody actually really got pregnant. So everybody was honestly probably just like pure shocked that it actually happened. People are gonna talk, and you just kind of have to keep your head up high because there's nothing you can do about it, and people are gonna talk whether you're pregnant or not in high school, you know, because that's just how high school is. But I just want to give advice that, you know, if you get pregnant in high school, just keep your head high, because, you know, being a parent is honestly like the best thing that's ever happened to me. And yes, it's in high school and you're supposed to wait till marriage, but at the same time, it's like, it happened, so you just have to roll with it, honestly. You can't let people bring you down about that, because I mean, you're creating a whole child, or my other child, I could hold him up too, but you're creating a whole child, and it's beautiful. Make sure like you tell your parents, because I promise they might be disappointed, but they probably will, most likely will help you, you know, unless there's like some other reason and y'all don't get along that well. But for the most part, you know, parents want to be grandparents, maybe not that early, but it's just overall hard, and it might take a while. So I mean, you have to be patient if you tell your parents. I know I'm getting off on subjects, but I really just wanted to bring that up because I remember I was so sad at first, and it was just not good for my mental health. And once I learned like, hey, Riley, get it together, like, you're gonna be a mom, you have to grow up now, you have to mature, you have to be grown up about things, the way you tell them. All that matters is what you think about yourself and what your little ones that you're gonna have think about you. This is the Essence Lash Princess Sculpted Volume Mascara, and I'm gonna try to do this without a mirror because I'm holding Raiden and it might be kind of hard, so if I look crazy in the camera, don't mind me. Next question is, how did you deal with people who were your friends who don't come around? Because it happens, it really does. People stop coming around, people stop hanging out with you, talking to you. They'll talk to you like at the beginning, and then they'll just ghost you, and they won't ever meet your kids, you know, they won't care, they won't check up. If they don't come around and all they do is talk to you when you're first pregnant, like, drop them. It is important for your friends to care about your children and not just want to hang out with you all the time. It's fun whenever your kids get to come with you, even if they have kids or if they don't. You know, someone who's going to check on you and your kids and actually talk to you even though you're pregnant. Even when you're out of, oh my gosh, I got it on my face. Oh my gosh. Malfunction. Okay, I'll fix that in a minute. Don't look at that. Honestly, people who are there for you the entire time, which some people you meet in the middle or after, but you know, people who are constantly checking on you and talking to you and asking you about your kids and inviting your kids places, you know, and aren't judging you for your choices, those are the people you want to have around, not people who just want to come to your baby shower and take pictures with you, or just text you and be like, congratulations, I can't wait to meet him, and then don't show up. It happens to all of us who get pregnant, even adults. Even now, like, even whenever I got pregnant with Raiden, I had people who were like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to meet the baby, and they said the same thing with Jackson, and then they never came around. People like that, you just have to be like, thank you, and just move on. Yes, it's gonna hurt your feelings, because, you know, it's hurtful when people do that and you don't feel like you have anybody, but I promise you do have somebody. And you know, they might not be there at the moment, they might not be there when you first get pregnant, but they will come around. I have a few friends, one of them being Macy, who has stuck around the entire time I was pregnant. I could literally call her over and be like, hey, can I please shower? And she would be over here. Or she calls and checks on the boys, and she treats them like her own, and she's like an aunt to them. And another one is Abigail. She was there when I first got pregnant with Jackson, and we had a pause in our friendship. I know she's always cared about them, and you know, things happen, and sometimes you have to pause a friendship to make the friendship better. So, you know, at that point, you know, I knew she still cared, and I knew that if I ever needed her, even when we were not friends for a few months, I knew she would be there. And when we became friends again, and she came to see Raiden, and she acted like she's known Jackson, and we didn't even have a pause. It's just a good feeling to have. It might take a little bit to find those people, but don't get discouraged, because people will come around and people will care. And, you know, if you are pregnant and you are going through that, you know, be the light to somebody else who is going through it, because you know how it feels. You know, you never know what people are going through, so it's always nice if you've been through that to help other people and, you know, be the friend that they might not have, because having a baby is very hard, and it's very heartwarming, and it's very powerful, and you feel so amazing about yourself. But some days, you know, you just feel down and you feel like you're alone, and all you have is to talk to is your newborn and toddler, and you don't know how to feel about it. You could always be the light to somebody else, but like I said, don't get discouraged if you don't really have anybody, because those people will come, and you'll know exactly when those people come, like who's honestly real to you and who's not. I also just use the Tarte Light Camera lashes. I did both, and then I tried to do my under lashes, and I also tried to fix that, and I kind of did, but they're still kind of like a thing, but we're just gonna go with it. Thank you to my friends who have been there since the beginning, because I literally love y'all, and my kids love you, and I'm so thankful to have people to talk to and be here for me and come sit with me while I'm taking care of the kids and helping me take care of the kids, because God bless having two of them this young. It's crazy, but I love you guys. Next, I'm gonna go in with this MAC Velvet Teddy like mini lipstick. The shade is so pretty. It's literally like torn down. That's all I have left of it, but I love it, and it's such a cute color, especially when I do like reds on my eyes. I'm gonna talk about one more question right now. What advice do you give newly pregnant teen moms or like young adult moms? I just want to say that the advice I give, sorry, Raiden's starting to move around. I would say, you know, be confident, be who you are, don't change yourself to be a mom. You know, you automatically get mom instincts when you become pregnant, and they like magnify as soon as you give birth. Like, looking at them makes everything so worth it. It obviously takes time to get used to it and to understand exactly what's going on. In the long run, it's amazing. It feels so great to have a baby and be like the light of like somebody's life. Like with Jackson, he's old enough to know what all is going on, and you know that I'm his mom, and I can tell that, you know, we're best friends. He's best friends with Zach too. Like we all are just so close, especially being younger. Like, you get to play with them more. I feel like you get to, you know, be more like productive in how you play with them, which, yes, you know, if you're older you can do the same thing, but I feel like, you know, the bond that you have, you're both growing up together, so it's kind of just like a heartwarming feeling. So I just want to say, you know, be confident, be who you are, the best mama that you can be, because it is hard at times, but you will get through it. Even if, you know, like I said, the haters are talking about you, or your parents are not understanding at first, you know, it takes time. Be patient. If anybody ever needs to talk to me, or, you know, you don't know anything, or you need advice or anything, my DMs are always open. I understand completely how it feels. And having two now, I'm 19 now, so I have two at 19. It's definitely different and not, I guess you could say, ordinary, and you know, people don't expect it, and people say you should wait, but you know, you have to make best with what you have. So don't worry about everything that's going on around you. Just focus on yourself, grow yourself, and help these babies grow, because they need their mamas. They're true blessings to have. Look, his face is kind of red because he's been sleeping. He has my shoulder. Raiden's getting fussy, and we're about to have to leave, but here's the finished makeup look with one hand. I think it turned out pretty nicely for me being in a hurry and holding the baby, the whole time. I wanted to say thank you for watching this Get Ready with me, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. My DMs are always open if you need to talk to somebody or if you have more questions. I just kind of wanted to get on here and talk about it just a little bit because I know I've gotten messages before and I know people don't exactly know what to do or what to expect whenever they do get pregnant as a teen, or how to handle the haters or how to handle telling your parents. So I just wanted to say that if you are new here and you just watched this video, I want to say thank you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You can comment video ideas down below because I love making videos and I love getting y'all's feedback on things. So don't forget also to click the bell to get notifications when I post videos, and I will see you guys later. Bye.